This is the Genesis v2100 mountain bike. A bunch of people have been asking me what I do with the review that I had on it. I just took it off because I didn't really like the review that I had. But so this is the bike. It's the same bike I had in my other videos, except I took the stickers off of it and I changed the front and the back tire. I'll show you everything up close in a second. It's a 26-inch mountain bike. It's got the front disc brake, then it's just got the regular calipers on the back, or whatever you want to call them. I don't know the special names for any of this stuff. The only stuff that I've really done to it is the little mileage counter thing that tells you your speed and how far you've traveled. It comes in real handy whenever you're mountain biking. Then I changed the front fork to a RST front fork. I got it off another bike that some guy gave to me. It's a really nice front fork. It has 80 or 85 millimeters of travel on it. It works pretty good, especially for mountain biking. It comes in real handy and it feels really nice. And it's not too stiff and it's not too soft. And you can also adjust the tension on it. You can tell this is a full suspension mountain bike, so it has the rear suspension right here. It's not the most travel. Some people say it's too hard or too soft. I think it's about right. I think they could have made the spring bigger, so I've thought about upgrading the shock itself so I can get a bigger spring on there. But that's really the only thing I don't like is the size of the spring. I like everything else about it. It's a 21-speed mountain bike, 3 in the front and the rest of the gears is in the back, and that gives you the combination of a 21-speed. The seat on it, it's not too comfortable, but it's not uncomfortable. I mean, mountain biking, you're standing up most of the time anyway, so the seat's not really a problem to me. I went mountain biking on this bike probably, it seems like 5 times maybe. They was all pretty hardcore mountain bike trips too. They wasn't like 3 or 4 miles. All of them was like 8 to 12 miles long, and there's a lot of up and down hills and drop offs. One time we actually went and got caught in a thunderstorm, and it was pouring rain the whole time we was mountain biking, and the mud got so it sink like up to there on the wheels, so it got really hard to pedal in and stuff. So we ended up pushing it probably half the way, but on the downhills we'd go, and mud actually ended up getting into the sprocket here, and whenever you pedaled it'd feel real bumpy and rough. But that's just because the grit and stuff inside the mud got up in there to where it couldn't move as easily. So when I got home, I just stopped the bike by the car wash on the way and took the seat off, and I sprayed down into there, and I think there's holes down in there or something. No, there's no holes, but you can drill holes in it. But if you do drill holes in this, I recommend using like an 1/8 inch drill bit or something, not anything too big, but a lot of people do drill holes in the bottom of this. But if you just run water down the seat post and then flip it upside down and do this a little bit, all the mud and everything will come out. The plastic pedals that was on there originally isn't these, but these pedals are cracked. I recommend you get metal pedals if you can find them, but I've never took the time to find them. But it's a pretty good mountain bike for the money. I can't remember how much it was. It was around $150, I think, but it was worth it. Also, I changed the stem. The one that came on there had 2 bolts in the front, and this one has 4 bolts in the front, and it's about the same length and everything, just a little bit more sturdy feeling. I changed the handlebars to they kind of go up a little bit more, and they're a little bit longer, and it makes you feel a lot more stable whenever you're going real fast off drop offs and everything. And then I changed the grips to something that just feels a lot better to my hands. It's not as plasticky feeling. It's got a real good rubber feel. It's off of that mountain bike also. That mountain bike was a little bit higher end Mongoose mountain bike. One thing I wanted to say about this front up here, the disc brake, it doesn't stop you like suddenly. It slows you down really fast, but it's not like if you hit them you're gonna go up like that and flip. It just slows you down. The back brakes though, they'll stop you on a dime. Press them in your stop. But I don't like those as good as I do the disc brakes kind of time. Also, I had a water bottle holder here. That's what them bolts is for. But I took it off, so it's not on right now. I don't really need it if I'm just riding around. If I didn't mention it already, I have a flashlight holder up here. It's not an LED flashlight or anything. It's just a cheaper flashlight, but it's really good for it. and I used it when we went to the beach last year, and I'd say we rode probably 6 miles the whole time we was there, not just one day at night. And I used it and the batteries never went dead or anything. But it's just a halogen bulb or whatever you call it. It's not LED or anything. I'll bring it up here and show you the bike up close. So here's a little speedometer thing. There's a magnet down there on the wheel that shows you how far you travel and everything by the passes that it goes through. Then I really like the way you shift gears. You just use this here and this here with your thumb. Same way on this side. One thing I don't like though is the trigger here is plastic. But let's take a look at the bike. There's the disc brakes. Here's the tires I switched to. This tire's on the front. It's a Kenda tire on the front. That also came off that mountain bike. And then on the back, this came off a different mountain bike. I don't know what type of tire this is. It's just the brand of the bike. But the reason I had to switch is because of I got a hole in the back tire and got it flat, and it actually cut a slit into the tire so it wouldn't keep air in the tire. It would just keep going flat because the inner tube would put too much pressure on it and pop it. One thing I didn't mention, I made a chain slap guard. If you can see that there, that's just a bike inner tube cut in half, wrapped around it and tucked under on each end. If you're wondering what this is, just a little combination lock. I just use that if I'm at the beach or whatever. I don't live near the ocean, but when we go, we take our bikes. But other than that, there's about all I got. I'll show you the front of this stem so you can tell. See, that just looks much nicer to me and performs better. And there's the handlebars and the front forks. Here's my finger so you can tell how much travel it has. Then I'll sit you back down here and I'll show you everything with me sitting on it. Alright, I'm going to tell you my weight first. I weigh like 250 pounds and I'm 6'3", and I'll sit on it and show you everything. Okay, so here I am on it. See, I don't have, these pants aren't perfect for this. They're kind of not stretchy. So you can tell. For some reason it does click like that. I don't really know why, but it's never been a problem to me. I think it's just the spring right here on this. It kind of scrapes on the metal, and when you pop it back up, it clicks it out of the metal. But it doesn't do it when you're pedaling or anything. There's one thing I've noticed if you're on it, and you do like this, like shake the bike back and forth, the back actually feels looser than the front, because right here, like where the swing arm connects to the frame, they don't have it to where it fits like perfectly, so you can feel some wobbly in there, but it doesn't really bother you. You'll get used to it. For the money, you really can't beat it. And then here's the front forks. They rebound about the right speed, not too fast, not too slow. There's all my weight on them. Both my feet was off the ground. They didn't bottom out. They still had left this much travel left. So that seems perfect to me. If you go off a jump, it gives you a whole lot of suspension. This is going to be perfect amount of travel just for your average mountain biking. No like crazy downhill or anything. But yeah, I like the bike pretty good. It's a solid bike for the money. I recommend you get one if you're wanting one. Also, they have the same brand has a 29-inch mountain bike, and my dad has it. It has regular front fork on it that's like probably 60 millimeters of travel, maybe 40. Then it has no rear suspension. But you know, when it's 29 inches, you really don't need rear suspension for your average mountain biking, because the extra 3 inches on the tires, it acts like 2 inches of suspension. Because you know, if you run over something like this size on that mountain bike, you can probably feel it a little bit, but the shock will go up, so it kind of saves you from feeling it as much. Then if you run over something like this on my dad's bike that's 29 inches, the wheel is going to be bigger, so it's not going to be like as big of an object in the way, if you get what I'm saying. But they're pretty good bikes though, pretty solid feeling bikes. I was going to use a wide angle lens on this, it'd give you a little bit better shot, but it kept fogging up because it's so humid outside today, and it's like 90 degrees. But Okay, there we go. See, that's a whole lot wider of a shot, and I'll show you me sitting on it now. Yeah, so you can see how he sit on it, like how it sits, I guess you'd say. You're not leaned over too much. I feel like it's the right amount. You know, you're not way up here like this or anything, and you're not sitting up too high. You're sitting in kind of an aggressive position, and it works out pretty good to me, and I really like it. So that's the bike. If you have any questions, you can just ask me, send me an email on my YouTube, or you can just send me a question in the comment or whatever. But I remember the last video I got up, I had quite a few comments on this bike because a lot of people was wanting it, I believe, because of the price. But yeah, it's definitely worth it. If you want one, I'd say go buy one.